And we welcome you to this presentation of a Link to the Past Randomizer 2025 main tournament. We have this Group C match between Tylersalt and Kaesden. I am Adirondack Rick. I am joined by the always wonderful Aria Stark. We got a great match for you.
Hello, Rick. Yes. What a nice intro. Yeah, this is a terrific match here in Group C. A lot of potential playoff implications. Tyler's 4-1, has a chance to win the group outright. Kaesden does need a win in at least one of his last two matches. He's at 3-1, and he could still also win the group. So very exciting.
Yeah, we have what are currently the two top runners, although Dr. Earworm is not out of this by any stretch of the imagination at 3-2. As we get ready for what should be a really fun match between these two runners that we are both very familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. Two extremely skilled players. And as you said, like being in a pool with Doc as well. Heading in, this felt like a group that it was kind of a toss-up as to who was going to emerge out, and it still could wind up with like a three-way tie at 4-2.
Yeah, we love chaos. We don't like starting off with a piece of Heartling's house, but to each their own on the starts.
Yeah, a bit underwhelming. Here in Kabuki, the thing I always look at the beginning is, do we get to go into Castle Tower? And oh, good, we're 3.5 hearts. That'll help.
Yeah, the last race I got to call back Thursday between Zelga and Poolflow in this mode actually had that happen where you had to go into the tower, although that does not look to be the case here. We didn't start off with a suspect Castle Tower key combined with a lamp early on.
Yeah, this mode, especially with the way it's rolled now, tends to have something in Castle Tower with a very high frequency, it seems. All we need right now to still make it happen, though, is cape, master sword, just some way to get in, even just the first chest, because the race I called the other day was a little bit boring. Hyrule Castle small in the first chest at Castle Tower, but it can get funnier.
Yeah, in the case of the race I was referring to, the first key was a vanilla Castle Tower key. The second key was the Hyrule Castle Small in the Dark Maze.
Yeah, those are the fun ones. I remember that was actually the case in in the qualifier I was in. Yes. And it was like, do you gamble lamp in like Dark Cross for the logic, or do you just wing it with the Dark Maze?
Yeah, in this race's case, it was, there's our small key to this dungeon. In that race's case, the lamp turned out to be right in the first chest, the map chest.
Yep. But yeah, as you noted, we got the Hyrule Castle Small. We're probably not doing Castle Tower. Okay. So now we just play this like the Kaz Boot start the rest of the way.
But where's the fun in that?
No, there really isn't. But there's only so much we can do.
Find some way to fill up the next 4 minutes by debating who's going to get to a near sub 5 of this Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, the text boxes are going to prove to be the real downfall. We've already had 3 of them because we got a pod small, we got the big key, we got the small key. I don't like the 455 dreams chances, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's essentially on life support unless something funky happens. Yeah, chat's pointing it out. We still have a chance for chaos in this group.
Yeah, because the only thing that can be fully settled after today's match is a Tyler win means that he wins the group outright. But the match, I think it's tomorrow actually, between Tyler and Doc, will have playoff implications or tiebreaker implications in some form or fashion.
Right now, Kaesden in the lead as we head to the back of Escape, and that's essentially where we're going with this is This is just a race of the sanctuary at this point in time. Then at that point, all bets are off.
Yeah, and Kabuki, just like really any 80 keys mode, you're hoping to, I think, really be as efficient as possible. You do see a lot in 80 keys where you can feel like, there's a right order and a wrong order in retrospect, and the less that you have to like double up on, dungeon entries or going back to locations is ideal. And some of it's just, just plain luck. It's a randomizer. Oh, you should have gone to South Shore before CAC. Didn't you know that? Well, no, but on this occasion it did, so...
And when that happens, you are screwed, and congratulations, and thank you for playing. We'll have a parting gift on your way out. Alright, so we don't have to worry about money for Kakariko Village with 120 here in this castle.
Yeah, this is very underwhelming escape sequence. We got a pod small, we got 3 bombs, we got some money, and now we have decisions to make.
And just as a correction that was pointed out to us by Jesse, the race that you're referring to is Kaesden versus Dr. Earworm. That's tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern.
And I see that Doc says that they're playing Kaz Boot, so just like this matchup, that one should be terrific too.
Hey, more Hyrule Castle shenanigans.
Yeah, but we probably will not need to go into Castle Tower. If we do, I've got additional questions. Well, not 100%, but Oh.
Well, I was about to say maybe we find the hammer on the lumberjack ledge, but then that would have been absolutely a crazy time to call the hammer that just turned out to be in Bonk Rocks here.
What if we get the logical second hammer?
What does the second hammer do?
That's a fair question. I don't know. I haven't found it. It's usually buried in the seed.
There's a key on the lumberjack ledge.
That's probably not necessary. It won't be Castle Tower. No, it won't be Castle Tower 2. It won't be Swamp Small, Pendant Swamp. Well, both players picking up this map.
The Eastern Palace map.
If they rush Eastern, they'll know what they'll be rushing with nothing presently to help beat the dungeon. I don't think that they're going to be rushing Eastern.
Don't worry, the bow is just in Eastern.
Oh. Typical game.
Now, don't ask me where the big key to Eastern is. I don't know.
It's wherever you go right after you just dove Eastern.
So you're saying the swamp then?
Of course. First chest though, because small keys on lumberjack.
Well, I meant the dam, not swamp.
Oh, okay.
Light World, Spear War 1, whatever we're at.
Well, we got $300 from Blind. That's pretty cool.
Have you ever had one of those seats that just makes you think, I'm going to have to go to Zora, aren't I? The seat's pushing me way too much into that direction.
Pretty much every time I get flippers early in cross keys. And it turns out you just needed to go to the guy under the bridge.
Why does he have the cane of Samaria?
It's, it helps keep the fire lit.
I'm very afraid of what the person under the bridge is doing with said cane.
Yeah. I just kind of figure, like, he's on his own, he's not bothering anybody. Use that Samaria. You
I
earned
mean,
it.
that's fine. Is the cane of Samaria made out of wood?
I mean, I think you could make that argument. It could just be like treated and painted.
There's a
This
bow.
bow,
Speaking of wooden things,
yeah. All right, so like the bow is basically the only thing we got out of CAC. And
so
money.
Tyler's showing us the traditional. You can get 5 rupees by bonking into that tree. That's why Tylersalt did it.
I appreciate that. That's like, there are a lot of little things that people can easily not know about, and learning is important. Oh, huge time save for Tyler.
Yeah, not gonna get this 50 rupees.
Of course, Kaesden is, and it's going to have sewer money, so...
Yep. And now Kaesden's going to be ahead by 55 rupees by all measurements.
Yeah, so let's see. We came through the top. The bow is the only thing that gives us possibly a little bit of direction. A desert palace small in the dam is a little bit suspicious too. We'll be interested to see if either player opts to go to Agina.
The way that Tylersalt was moving to the left coming out of the dam, I kind of thought that was where they were going to go.
Yeah, Agina is such an awkward check in these modes. I absolutely would prefer going to Mini Moldorm Cave and Ice Rod Cave first. Obviously, greater density here in particular. Oh, that magic would have been nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Silvers, all right.
Oh,
okay,
there's-
well, if we're going to go to Agina,
Yeah.
now we have more incentive to do so.
Yeah, there's our suspicious early book, and there's the easy zero money, so...
Not only suspicious early book, but we also got the Desert Small.
Yep. Yep, so that's 4 checks in Desert plus Agina plus the ledge.
And also 300 rupees, because why make Tyler pay for their leaving behind 55 rupees?
Yeah. Well, technically he left 75 behind because he didn't get the library 20.
Good point.
Tyler's just leaving money all over the place.
I wish I had enough money to just leave all over the place.
Same. I mean, I was at our local library yesterday and I couldn't bonk any of the shelves for 20 bucks. It was really unfortunate.
I wonder how many people did try to bonk into the shelves after A Link to the Past came out.
I would guess it's a non-zero amount.
I'm gonna guess that too.
You're like, hey, how's this work?
Hey,
Like
if I
Tyler-
bonk into this, maybe I can get a book off the shelf.
It's like we have ladders. You could have asked one of the librarians here. Alright, so just a shield, 100 bucks, and waterfall. Lake Hylia. Island is garbage. But both players will be able to splash delete for small key on Zorledge.
A very suspicious small key. Alright, 500 rupees gives us a 480 rupee loss.
Yeah, especially in Waterwalk State, it's particularly easy to set up this splash delete right from the edge of the waterfall. That's a second pilot small, not in logic, but... Yeah, now we've got desert area or eastern area. My inclination
go-
here would be... Oh,
I was going to go desert too. I think that's what you're about
Yeah.
to say. Tyler's going to say no to us.
yeah. It would not surprise me if Tyler just opts for Saha here. you're two things from being able to beat Desert. You're one from being able to beat
Divergence.
Eastern.
We got our first diversion to this game.
Yep.
Castle Tower small.
All right.
And the
Nice.
full loot. That's going to allow Tyler a little easier ability to get to Desert in just a moment. Meyer is our green pendant.
All right. Good point by Jesse. That I wasn't thinking about the fire source. Yep. Yeah. So 3 things. We have 1 thing in logic on the mountain right now.
Agina's got really nothing special for us. Here's the
Nope.
flute activation for Tylersalt.
Oh, Desert Ledge is dead too. Will be interesting to see if Tyler opts for mountain before desert, but nah, he's just heading straight to desert, which makes sense.
This seed is flush with cash.
It sure is. There's nothing in the Desert Palace closet over here, so there's a
hi,
nice
Glove.
on the torch. Yep.
That seems kind of important.
Sure does.
Alright, simultaneous looks of this chest gets us a 1 whole rupee.
Yeah. I mean, just continues the trend of, look at all this money.
Both runners already had done their Zora investments, and they still have over 300 rupees.
Yeah, so let's see, what do we have left? We've got 3 things in logic in Eastern, and 1 thing in logic on the mountain.
Here comes the Yena play for Tylersalt. We're gonna go get this flute from for Kaesden.
Yeah, given the dearth of options, yeah, Kaesden's probably just going to head straight into Eastern here, because
Yeah.
you're here, it's where you've got 3 of the 4 things that you have left in logic, so...
There is no reason to put off going into Eastern at this stage, even with that flute. 3 items versus 1.
Well, we're going to get pretty full coverage of the remaining checks here, because Tyler's going to the mountain first. Which I think also makes sense, like if Moon Pearl is up in Spec Rock, that gives you Dark World access, and you can put off the Eastern play.
Battle. So
Yay.
Kaesden has something to do when they activate the flute.
That's true.
We're just diverting that 3 checks that are in Eastern to a sick kid check now.
Alright.
Alright, 1 in logic check for Kaesden, 1 in logic check for Tylersalt. Let's see what it is here on the mountain.
I did not see what that
even
was.
see that. It's apparently not important because Tylersalt has decided I don't want it. Maben arrows.
Yeah, even looking back on the restream. Oh, good, Desert Pig.
Gabe, what are you doing to us?
So we talked about the whole. Hey, you kind of slightly wrong ordered. Didn't you know that that Desert Pig was in As Yet Unbeatable Eastern?
By the way, we do know that Eastern is a crystal. Not that it really matters again, because this mode, you gotta do all the things.
Yeah, I think I mean, I've pretty much basically given up on not only picking up maps when possible, but map checks until we actually get to the point where, okay, maybe you might have picked up the 5-6 crystals.
Hey, how about more fetch for your quest?
Yeah, nice mushroom there in the vanilla big key chest, not in logic, but it's another thing to do.
What makes it nice?
I don't know, probably
Is it one of those grade A quality mushrooms, the ones that they charge you a whole lot of money at the supermarket for?
I think so, it makes great soup.
Ah, okay. Here's the flute activation for Kaesden. Alright, so I guess fetch quest number 1, the bottle for the sick kid in logic. Fetch quest number 2, the desert big key for the big chest in Desert Palace. Fetch quest that's in logic. Fetch quest number 3 is out of logic until we find the lamp, but at this point in time, screw it. It could very well be the answer too. Because sick kid's just going to give us the lamp, right?
Maybe.
Okay, it was red, but it's not the red I was thinking of.
It was. Kaesden's just gonna junk the mushroom now. Makes total sense.
I mean, you have to at this point. Well, I mean, you could hold on to it to see if you could fake powder, but we don't have the cane for that just yet. Yeah, this is a small key to, well...
Yeah, no, GT. It's,
much later logic.
Yeah, probably not the answer.
Alright, so now the question is, what's in this desert? We can't lift that, Kaesden. You need stronger mitts. Just because of that, Arya, I'm going to say that we're going to get the mitts now. Although, wait, the mitts don't do anything.
No, they do King's Tomb. The mitts would be funnier than, like, Pearl or Mirror, which feel like the two most likely items.
Yeah.
Mitts are funny because it just continues the annoying... Kaesden just does not want full magic containers.
Oh, wow. Tylersalt's getting roughed up pretty badly over here. Or he got roughed up pretty badly in that big key chest room.
Hook shot. Oh, that's a funny one too.
All the way up the mountain for more fun stuff.
Yeah. Let's go shovel. No shovel this time. Did Tyler get the shroom? I don't think he did.
He had a lot of issues in that big key chest room. A lot. Like, he was constantly getting down to a half a heart, and you can't do the skip by just damage boosting yourself onto the switch when you're down to a half of a heart. So I think Tylersalt's without the mushroom, and he probably did kill the enemies, but then, you know, those anti-fairies bounce around. Just confirming it right now. Yeah, Tylersalt bowed out. He saved and quit out of there.
Yeah, this is probably going to be pretty comparable here, because Tyler's saving, quitting to the mountain. Kaesden's just going to review these couple of checks that Tyler just saw.
Yeah, so that's the main difference in time between these two, plus the mushroom turn-in. So we'll get to see from Tyler what the order of items are going to be. Also, shout outs to the blind MSU that Kaesden's playing with.
Yeah, I've heard many people use it, and I just didn't actually know what the name was until I saw them listed in the chat.
Mirror. And a Hera small. Convenient.
Yeah, fire source would make it even more convenient.
Yeah. We'll get that up here.
Okay, good.
Moon Pearl.
Eastern pig. Oh, how nice. Half magic.
Double
Wow.
dip Eastern required.
Yeah, they're both going to have double dipped Eastern and Desert, which is not going to feel ideal, but again, like, it's totally understandable. This is just the kind of things that happen early in AD keys.
Yeah, I think obviously the first section of Desert you wish you could have gotten in one go, and you probably should have if you chose to do Eastern on your first trip over in that direction in Tylersalt's case. But that being said, we now know it's going to be a forced double dip, probably a boat dungeons.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Desert's now a triple dip. Yeesh.
All right. Kaesden's in this particular cave.
Is that its official name?
I failed to acknowledge the name of this cave. I failed to acknowledge that big key that's there.
Alright. We won't acknowledge it until after a certain number of crystals have been acquired.
Even then, I'm not going to acknowledge it.
Okay, yeah, oh, that's fair.
Now, the runners may still have said item, but I'm not going to acknowledge it.
Kaesden's going to eschew beating Hera out of logic right now, so you'll be the first one into Dark World.
TR small inside of the Tower of Hera. Alright, Hype Cave. Gravestone big, that's pretty decent.
Hey, that's a beatable dungeon. Tyler grabbing the ice big off of the Hera beat gets a crystal too.
Tylersalt, the first one on the board. Bird one crystal to nothing.
Oh, Kaesden's going to give us a look at the 5/6s, which are Eastern and Skull. I did not see what was on Ether Tablet, though.
Piece of heart, one step closer to full health.
20 Hard Dream is dead, that's sad. Oh, Thieves Down small key from Stumpy, alright, well.
This seed smells.
I agree.
Flippers, huh? Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, sure. I mean, going hype left here, and it looks like, well, Tyler's at the very least going to start hype cave, but going hype left here has worked out great for Kaesden.
Yeah. And there's a piece of me that wonders if we're going to see that route go on here, or if we're going to see more divergence. But obviously the big thing we're going to be keeping an eye out for is when Kaesden decides to go do Hera, because Tyler's left a little bit behind there. Now, yes, we do have the case where maybe Tyler comes back with a small key and the fire source to check what's in the basement, as well as what's in the big chest, but that could turn into a plotline for later on in this seed.
Yeah, and on the flip side too, like, what Tyler did get out of that was the ice big key, which Ice is one of those dungeons in 80 keys that, you would, especially when it's a crystal, you'd ideally love to be able to hold out for the big key. And sometimes you wind up just biting the bullet. So Tyler having that prior to whenever he gets to go to ice could have some benefit. Yeah, I think both players are probably apt to follow the same, or at least a pretty similar route here.
Yeah, the breadcrumbs.
With thieves fully clearable, that's 8 checks plus another 3 in the village. You're going to head north, and it can maybe give you a little guidance with regard to being able to do more for Skull. You already have the couple mirror checks up north, so...
And Thieves Town is a crystal for what it's worth with a sword upgrade. And at least this is a case where you're not gambling on that big chest.
There's no gamble. It's garbage.
Until it's not, and then you absolutely cry because it just costs you a tournament race.
Well, I just blame Gamma, and I feel better.
Oh, that's what I should have done when I lost to Incoherent in the Cross Keys tournament.
It's a proven strategy. Just saying.
I mean, you're probably right, Jesse, but I still... The back of my mind just absolutely hates losing out on that gamble. For YouTube people listening, when they will watch the VOD back in like 3 months, early TT, SK, Aria is correct, garbage, late SK, TT, big chest is important.
I like the Aria's right part. And the Thieves' big chest is garbage part. So I'm down with most of that statement.
What part of the statement are you not down with?
The part where it's exclamation rigged. Oh, nice
Mitts! Alright, I guess that's more to do.
Yeah. Yeah, this seed has really gotten to the point of like, alright, early game funneling, and now it's you're getting a lot of options.
Request for Kaesden to please start being a little careful down to a heart and a half. Now, we, of course, do have hearts coming up in this next section. But, yeah, let's not try to take any more hugs.
Kaesden being prudent, they're getting rid of the Red Zizak who loves to follow you around.
Yeah, and picks up an extra heart as a result. We get a small key to Skull Woods. All right, time for garbage. Are you ready?
I mean, not ready, but expectant.
Expecting a red rupee in here.
Oh my gosh,
Okay,
I can't
yeah,
believe it. It
was
was
right.
nothing. No. What? Someone at the cross keys race that's going on.
Excuse me 1 second. I'll add Gamma. I mean, this is Gamma's penalty for skipping out on SG Live.
I mean,
We missed our ice cream sandwiches.
I was told that mine is still there at the front desk.
From what, 2 years ago?
Yep.
I hate to point this out, but it's a nice puddle of melted ice cream at this point in time.
So does it still have liquid form, or is it like fully congealed into part of the furniture?
Probably morphed into some of the furniture by now.
Well, no, it's you know, at least Gamma's left his mark on SGL, so.
Gamma leaves his mark wherever he goes.
That is quite true.
I remember 2 years ago when Gamma left their mark combined with wearing a Pikachu costume on stream for one of their matches.
Yeah, I may or may not have made a MS Paint image about that, so it's tough to tell. Kaesden be blind, by the way.
Yeah,
Forgot. Remember the
things are happening in this game, but nothing really has happened since we picked up the mitts upstairs in the attic.
That's true. They did get a pod small off of blind, so that's 3 in total.
And there's an ice rod, so we're not going to be playing the ice rod hunt game at the end of this.
There you go.
We're just going to be hunting for the CT2.
Yeah, as is tradition.
I do appreciate the video game is happening return to action here. Okay, there's the red rupee. It wasn't too far away from the big chest of Thieves Town.
I give you full credit.
Nah, I think I only deserve partial credit on this.
It's, you know, it's your credit to have, so you can attribute the relative amount to your choosing.
Where's our fire source?
That's an outstanding question. Yeah. Oh, I mean, we got more heart pieces, so that's exciting. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see where. I mean, Kaesden. Oh, Kaesden's going to the Maya area.
Yeah, we got ourselves the mitts. Let's go see what those mitts do. I think that was ether, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that looked like ether. I may or may not be using this with a nice big key to swamp. I may or may not be using this with 2 screens, with one being the SG replay.
Oh, I do too. Every time. Just imagine missing things.
Good.
It's always me.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
And this is, Maya area. It's another skull small, another, or a swamp big. Kaesden's gonna go. Yes, Kaesden's gonna go do Dark Death Mountain. I think this is totally fair. You know, the tough part right now for both players is they don't have another beatable dungeon.
Yeah, you've got partial dips of multiple dungeons at this point.
Yeah, some really limited and not so great, like Swamp. Others where you can get a lot of stuff in Pod, but good amount is not in Logic, and you'd love to be able to beat it. Tyler did take a different route to turning in the purple chest so that he could loop in Bombo's tablet, but it was just a full heart, so...
Yeah, I think Tylersalt is going to be the first one to a second row of hearts.
Yes, he's opened up a bit of a lead here.
So, Bombos is the medallion for Turtle Rock, so even if we had the Candace of Mario, we couldn't really get in there right now. Is the key going to be underneath the doormat?
There's a good chance. There's a really good chance. Well, that key
Well,
was.
there's the big key to TR. Oh, there's the Hera egg.
Yeah, that's pretty nice for Kaesden. Still doesn't have that fire source to full clear it, but...
And vanilla.
Nice skulls.
Nice vanilla.
Yeah. You don't get to see that too often.
Uh,
Skullwood's big and Skullwood's big chest. Bookshot Caver Kaesden has netted a nice...
there's the fire
small...
source.
Yeah, wow. This route's pretty nice for Kaesden. It's going to allow him a single dip of Hera.
Now, the main question is, will Tylersalt have to come back?
Yeah. I am pretty sure that Tyler's not going to be enthused by finding those keys.
Jesse pointing out also Skullwood's now beatable, so Tylersalt, after finishing up with here, won't be able to finish the dungeon, but Kaesden will be able to.
Yep, those are a couple things that route pretty nicely. Kaesden's going to pick up this map and unfortunately regret it. Just Hyrule
You have
Castle.
found a useless map that doesn't tell you anything about your goal to the seed. Have a nice day.
It's a map to the place that you had to beat at the outside of the game. Alright, Bumper Ledge is dead. So Tyler has thus far not spiked anything in this route that could be all that helpful.
Yeah, we don't need that compass. Alright, first of the two, whether or not Tylersalt has to come back here.
Well,
Maybe
that's Spike
not.
Cave in logic.
Lamp has been located.
Yeah, Lamp in King's Tomb. Yeah, and it was Berna that Kaesden picked up in the hair basement, so...
And no. Alright, so Tyler's not penalized.
Yeah, we're gonna get a catfish check on Tyler's side.
How much do you love to route in catfish?
Well, you know, it's fine. He gives you something at least.
Well,
You don't have to keep it.
yeah,
He's trying his best.
he's trying to give you some direction.
You know, I appreciate good advice. Hera beaten, Ice Big acquired for Kaesden.
So we've got one small and the big key to ice.
And a fire
Obviously,
rod now.
We obviously, if we were going to need to do ice, we're going to need to find that second key at some point, or the Cane of Samaria. Not that they need it, but for logic's sake.
Just bombs in Spike Cave. And that fire rod on the mountain, very nice for Kaesden though. It's going to open up the entirety of Skullwoods. Would be interested to see if Tyler dives into Mire here. He's gonna be able to beat Desert now.
We are heading for Ice Palace. And Kaesden, I think, was trying to set up a fake flipper and then realized, oh yeah, I have real flippers.
That's the best fake flipper setup. It works with a really, really high degree. Yeah, this ice play definitely makes sense to me. It's a fully clearable dungeon. It's also a crystal, so...
Nice kill for Kaesden against the Penegators as we see Tylersalt inside a desert trying to finish that off.
Silver's making quick work of Landmo for Tyler. That's Pendant and the last Skullwood Small. At least that we've seen between the two players. Alright, Tyler is going to make this Mire dive. We do have what, 4 checks in logic here, plus a couple out of logic?
Nice bombos.
Yeah, with half magic, they really weren't worried about the cold stare fight, but that Bombos is hard required for Turtle Rock entry. Another TR small. Which you definitely appreciate in AD keys.
Yeah. One more, and we would start considering beating Turtle Rock at some point. Well, when we get the Canis Maria, that is. Where is this Canis Maria? That's a very good question.
Kaesden gonna backtrack here for iced tea.
What flavor?
This dungeon makes me think like blue raspberry.
That sounds pretty good.
It's, yeah, you know, it dyes your tongue a little bit. That's a little bit obnoxious, but the flavor's good.
There's our Swamp Small.
Well, good. I don't think there was really much danger of Kaesden leaving that, but it's darn good that he came back for it, because that's a fully clearable swamp now, too. Yeah, so the game is paving a little bit of a path here for Kaesden. Tyler really needs to get up the mountain sooner rather than later to get that fire rod.
Yeah, and we do know that that fire rod is absolutely required, not just for getting into Skull Woods, but it's your only way here into Ice Palace with that bombos where it is.
Oh, that's very true, yeah. Unless I missed something, Tyler like really hasn't found anything in Mire. He got red mail, but
That's essentially all that Tyler has found in here.
it's TR
And
small
another
3.
TR small. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Kaesden feels like he has hit the kind of path and route that you hope to hit in 80 keys, where you can start single dipping dungeons, especially dungeons with a decent amount of density. Yes, it definitely looks like the Skullwoods play here, and then potentially the Swamp play after that.
And here comes the single dip of Skull Woods for Kaesden.
Is it a map compass? I thought it was a small key, but I could be wrong. The one thing Kaesden might get annoyed about here is finding that vanilla bait key, because he's going front to back with Skull, which makes sense if you're just aiming to fully clear it out.
That was a map to GT in the spike chest.
No, it was a map. Okay, thank you, Rick. Too many things. Tyler's got the capacity to beat Eastern. He's got the capacity to clear a very good amount of
Ice or pod.
the pod, yeah. I would say that the pod big key being in the dungeon would probably be a nice pseudo out for Tyler, so that he can hopefully avoid additional dips into dungeons, because that number for him is unfortunately increasing. And Kaesden and Tyler were on pretty even footing until they got Dark World access, but Kaesden's route has worked out a lot better in terms of opening up things.
All right, so what do you think we're going to find in this Eastern, if anything?
Probably not much in these last two checks, and Tyler is likely going to be incentivized also to backtrack to that vanilla Vicky chest, which is going to
be
more of
never
a time.
got it.
Yeah, and that's the time that's also going to have to get burnt on turning in that mushroom for nothing.
Another Mire small.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing left side Mire.
All right, round 2 for Tylersalt. Now you probably groan because you found that mushroom there.
Yep.
We know the mushroom isn't anything super important, but it's still just the fact that you gotta double back. And another GT small, and nothing on Mothula.
Yeah, but that's the first of our 2 5/6 crystals put on the board. And Tyler's just a few rooms away from putting the second one up.
Yeah, but Tyler doesn't know that information.
That's true. I wonder if it will even... It depends, I guess, when Tyler goes to the mountain. It's whether it'll even be a thing that comes into play. Because that fire rod might just set Tyler into dungeon clearing mode, and the 5-6 crystals might not even be a massive consideration depending on how the rest of the seed crystal pendant layout is.
And we still got plenty of items that we are looking for. Still need the pod big. We still need the mire big. And also Castle Tower 2. I mean, we also need the can of Samaria, but
Yeah. Very elusive. Interesting here. Kaesden's opting to close out Eastern.
He's thinking Pyramid Fairy.
That's, you know what? It's fair. Those 2 dungeons are in logic. We did get, well, actually, according to his tracker, Kaesden only has 2 of the 3 Skullwood Smalls, but it's very reasonable to assume that it's already in logic, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, swap into Pyramid Fairy is a nice little routing call. That was interesting.
You mean what Tyler did?
Yeah, Tyler fluted off to junk the mushroom and then came back to pendant pod. Alright, that's pendant number 3.
That gives us all of our dungeon information in order to get into GT, so there's the can of Samaria!
That's, yeah, it's pretty free. GT2 and a couple big keys. All of which could be in GT.
You're right.
Yeah, this is, we're gonna see probably a good amount of coverage here because Kaesden is pretty clearly apt to take this into the Swamp Pyramid Fairy play, like Jesse noted. So we're going to see a lot of checks in Swamp. But if none of those things pop, the question often becomes how aggressive are you with stuff that isn't beating the dungeons to get yourself to GT?
Hey, nice pod small in pod. When has that ever happened before? That's totally not a this has never happened before moment.
No.
People are talking about that pedestal, and there's only one thing that could be on that pedestal for this seed to be required.
Yeah, they're just either CT2 or something that pretty directly leads to CT2.
Only fetch quest we still have outstanding is the powder.
That's true.
Oh no, we also have the shovel. No, never.
Oh, right,
we
the
also
shovel.
have the
Well,
shovel.
I mean, that's easy to forget about that.
Yeah. Shovel just doesn't exist. It belongs in the tool shed. Mire 3.
Yay! All of the exciting nothingness from left side Mire.
And there's something better.
Yeah, definitely take that sword in the maze.
Alright, here goes Swamp Palace for Kaesden. Now, this does work out in Kaesden's favor if he finds the pod big in this pathway.
Yeah, I think he's. I mean, after heading up to, after heading up to Pyramid Ferry, the ledge, he probably does the 2 castle tower checks. Kaesden hasn't done those north checks either. So that could be like an entire route before he gets back to pod. But yeah, you're right. Like if he finds the big key, you could easily see a pivot from the current plan.
I'm just more thinking about that would give Kaesden an ability to one-shot that dungeon, which is something that Tylersalt has unfortunately had numerous double dips.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it would allow Kaesden to single dip pod and then probably single dip Turtle Rock. And be straight away into GT mode, basically. Thank you to Shin for the raid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are almost at the hour mark here between Tyler and Kaesden.
It's only been an hour, wow.
Yeah, the biggest inflection point is basically these checks that Tyler is about to do up here on the mountain. That were some of the first things Kaesden did after getting the mitts.
And here comes the Hera big for Tylersalt. And oh yeah, the TR big as well. The key under the doormat, and also the fire rods coming up next for Tylersalt as well.
The unfortunate thing here for Tyler, though, is you have to come up here and get this fire rod first because he can't get into Turtle Rock. He's got to get that Bombos medallion from Ice. So this is good that he's finally getting on track here, but Kaesden is still in a very good position right now. Yeah, Tyler's not playing around with those Hera checks. He is out of here. Totally understandable. That fire rod opens a couple dungeons to get beaten. And these extra dips have added up. Have you noticed Kaesden pick up anything of value in Swamp thus far?
Nothing substantial. Still nothing.
He's drawn even in the hearts department now.
I forgot we even were doing a competition with that. Still more nothing.
Oh, Raynox noting that their blue boomerang was on left side swamp. Major shoutouts to Raynox and Kate Sith for tracking.
Yeah, big thank you for all of the trackers we get on these races. Also, yay, we got a boomerang. Hooray.
It goes boom many times. That's what Pet says, right? Kaesden ice rotted the heck out of
I
Argus
know!
at the end.
Like,
Dang.
all you needed
You
was
got-
4 shots, and I think Kaesden would have connected with like 7 of them.
I was like, Kaesden, you got silver. Oh, you know what? He's cooking. Let him go.
I think it's the Simpsons meme at that point. Stop him, he's already dead. It just came to mind.
Yeah. Next seed Kaesden's gonna play. He's just gonna show up and Argus is already dead. It's like, you killed me twice last. You killed me twice last seed. You know, and I know when I'm licked.
Yeah.
GG's. GG's, friend.
Okay, so the dream of Castle Tower 2 on the pedestal was officially squashed dead there. Not that we really thought it was going to be there.
Yeah, and that small key on Lumberjack just starts becoming less and less interesting. Kind of think like the worst one it could be for the two players to maybe be like TR4. I don't remember what was in ice. There was the swamp small. Is there anything else of utility?
In ice?
Yeah.
Well, we get the bombos. That's the biggest thing.
Oh, the
coming up.
bombos. Yep. That would be slightly important. Yeah, be good.
Yahoo! More money, like we needed it.
Hey, and a free empty bottle. What a deal. Thank you, Pyramid Fairy, for your generosity. We're gonna get the 2 checks here in Castle Tower.
Yay, the other boomerang.
You know, Tyler will be excited if he ever gets to that, so...
Oh, that's right. Kaesden still hasn't gotten the lamp out of King's Tomb.
Hey. Yeah, that's probably on the docket very soon, but... Oh? Nice vanilla small key. Game, you're too funny.
Is this game trying to follow suit with the whole race I did earlier today?
Oh my gosh. Was that, was CT2 there as well?
Yes, and Krosky's. And again, it was Lumberjack, so you had it. You needed it.
Alright. Well, you know what, at least it was there. Yeah, this is actually a pretty darn nice place to get that key, because not only is it not something you have to chase later, but you know, you beat the dungeon and you're exactly where you just were on the path to find the other stuff. So
And I really do have to stress the point that's been made by Jesse. This could be really bad for Tyler if he does not track Castle Tower before going to some place like Ganon's Tower, because having to dig all of Ganon's Tower for one small key could really put a hurt on Tylersalt's chances in this race.
yeah, I totally agree. It's unfortunately for Tyler pretty straightforward in that regard. It would not surprise me though, given what we've seen. Actually, I'm going to amend that statement. Kaesden not finding Samaria is actually a big boon in this situation, because Tyler is probably apt to close this dungeon out, do Swamp, but I don't know that he is going to be massively incentivized to do Pyramid Fairy, Castle Tower checks, and the like with Turtle Rock almost full clearable.
Yeah.
Especially with that third small that drops here on Cold Stare.
Yeah, because now Tylersalt's in GT mode.
He sure is. CT2 can be Well, in theory, anywhere except for Lumberjack. In a key sanity seed.
Yep, unless it's one of those circumstances where Castle Tower meant more than just completing all of your dungeon goals. But obviously the seed's going to let you know a lot earlier in the game about that.
So Maria is in first chest of pod in the shooter room.
Yep.
So Kaesden's gonna knock out these checks here. We've seen them all on Tyler's side.
Yeah, we're pretty much in that point right now where the two runners are doing opposite moves. We know Kaesden does need to get into pod because this feels to me, and I think we're almost at that point where it's guaranteed. I think it actually is guaranteed. It's a double dip pod requirement.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Because either TR is going to have the pod big, or it's going to be in GT, which requires you to defeat Turtle Rock. And that's just coming down to process of elimination at this point, because I think we've checked everything else.
Yep, between the two players. It's been very comprehensive.
So I think we're at that point right now where the only thing we can say right now is to be sure to follow both of these runners, Kaesden, also Tylersalt. That's not how that works, Kaesden.
little light world muscle memory there.
Make sure you give these runners a follow. Give them some support. Cheer them on. And here is the lamp for Kaesden.
And Kaesden's perspective here, I think he might be incentivized to go just grab that small key off of Lumberjack. He has to be thinking right now that, yeah, Samaria is sitting in pod. Trying to think, what else does he have up here that being in the Dark World helps with?
Are we talking Kaesden?
Yeah.
We don't have the cape, but it's good to know what's here on this ledge.
No. Oh, I wasn't sure if he had spied it. I knew Tyler did.
Yeah, when Kaesden did Skull Woods, he did not go do the North Loop, so...
Yeah, that makes total sense, so...
Alright, well, I guess we're going to find out what the small key is.
Yeah, I would be hoping, as a player, that this is TR4.
It probably is pod. Yep.
Sure was.
Because between Tylersalt's 4 and Kaesden's 3, that was the one that had them, well, 2 keys remaining somewhere. Big thank you to Phoenix for getting the bot reactivated on the SG side. This is going to be unfortunate for Kaesden, because I can see this being a desert into mire play.
Yeah, I think it almost certainly has to be at this point.
Yeah, so this is going to give Tylersalt some time. Mirror bonk.
Yeah, Tyler did have to backtrack into the dungeon, though. He eschewed left side swamp. I'm almost wondering if I was in Tyler's shoes in this race, if I would just be skipping this.
Considering the fact that he's in GT mode, I would assume.
Yeah, I would have figured that if he skipped it on the first go, that he would skip it altogether until after Ganon's tower. But being 3 from go, I think it is a riskier skip, obviously. But I think it's also reasonable. Yeah, I mean, just making a good point. TR4 is a concern. We know it's a crystal. It does stand a good chance to burn you. Desert down for Kaesden. Who is winning, Gil?
We are.
Yeah,
Us commentators are winning. And since I'm not in the tournament, I'm going to give my win to you as well. So that gets you credit for 2 more wins, Arya.
Oh, I can't take those. I'm going to have to pass them along to somebody else.
All right, who wants 2 free
to
wins?
See me with that many wins. Yeah, Kaesden's been a good bit ahead, I would say, for most of the race. It started to tighten up a little bit. The fact that he just opted out of Diving Mire is a huge boon for him, I think.
Yeah, the biggest thing here is the fact that Castle Tower 2 is vanilla. Is going to hurt Tylersalt big time. And Kaesden's about to get the Canis of Mario, which will put him into GT mode as well.
With regard to the Castle Tower key, though, so these 2 players are going to go into GT mode. If Turtle Rock is barren, they're going to be full clearing it.
Yeah, I mean,
Tyler
you're
for
going to
3,
have
Kaesden for 2. I mean, there's the possibility that they both wind up full clearing GT, and Tyler's just going to get CT2 after GT.
And there's the note about a Kaesden, so... All right, here we go, up the mountain. TR time.
Yeah, I think that's actually what Tyler could probably use the most.
Yeah, if you're cheering on Tylersalt, you really would like to have TR be empty. Tyler doesn't know that, but you really want to see TR get empty so that Kaesden has to full clear the basement of GT. Also, ouch.
Of course, on the flip side too, though, Kaesden does have the beat of the dungeon, so...
Yeah, the berry got right in Tylersalt's way. I just watched it on the replay. That just blocked absolutely from getting into the compass chest.
Yeah, and we're very close to 80 Keys players' favorite mantra of "Don't open lava chest door, don't open lava chest door," and you notice that your sprite is drifting closer and closer.
Yeah, and I still remember that one race, I believe way back when, of a Christos Owen opening that door by accident, and just was absolute pain and misery.
Yeah, the first time that I think I was ever going to have like a really high finish in a SG daily race, I opened it, and I didn't have a very high finish rate spot after that.
That's the worst thing. There is no worse feeling than when you need TR4 for any sort of go mode in this mode. Good work by Tyler, preventing the opening the door. Muscle memory is tough.
It absolutely.
I mean, we saw that with Kaesden in the Dark World there, with the jumping into the water.
Kaesden got some really gross RNG from the chops here. Hey, it's pod 6.
Yay! I mean, that's the correct response to that, right? We're always so excited for pod 6.
Yeah, just head on back for Vanilla Big Key Chest.
Kaesden may not get that sword.
He might not, yeah.
And Kaesden also doesn't open the door. Good work by both.
Yep. So we're not going to have to sweat anything out. Nothing in the big chest.
Unless you're a Gamachu, then that was something. That was required for go mode.
You know, Gamma says lots of things. Nope, Tyler.
Voting.
Tyler going around.
Round and around we go, and let's try this again. There we go. Directional inputs are tough, you know.
Yeah. I play my controller in those situations. It's usually right, but, you know.
I blame my controller too, but I run out of excuses when I hug the 17th enemy of the seed.
But that one's the softest.
Yes, I know, and it still killed me.
Oh, no. Hey, it's TR4. Who wants to go back in for Lava Chest? I mean, we pretty much knew it had to be. Well, they're like pod vanilla big key chest. I don't know that I would justify going back in for Lava Chest. I'd just be like, no, we're GTing it. We already have to look for, in Tyler's mind, 3 things. If it's a really horrible lava chest, I'm fine with whatever.
Okay, so I guess we're not finding the Meyer Big for a while.
Sure. Yeah, well, you know.
I mean, Tyler doesn't even know the cruel joke that awaits the seed still.
Honestly, for him, it could be a relief, though. Depending on how things go in GT. Like, if one of those 2 big keys is on the climb, they're both basically full clearing the dungeon.
Yeah.
And then Tyler is going to get that.
Oh, Kaesden's going to go for it. Here we go.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like this is, you know, if this is one of those 2 big keys, it's probably pretty close to a game winner right here. Assuming that Tyler does not go back in, which I think it's pretty fair to infer that.
Yep, and there goes Tyler. All right, here we go. Big time, big moment, and it is no.
All right. So that is almost certainly not going to burn Tyler, because I cannot imagine that he is going to go back there unless it was like literal last location.
Tyler would go back and check the 2 items left behind in Hera first.
For sure. Go mode right now between the 2 players is Meyer Big and Pod Big.
Yep.
Tyler needs Castle Tower 2, but Kaesden found that in Vanilla.
Castle Tower 2.
Yeah, Castle Tower 2. And has beaten Castle Tower. No, I don't think that there is any way that Tyler's going to go to Lava Chest. There just isn't. He's going to find the other keys before it becomes an option.
I think Tyler would delete this seed off their off their flash card or hard drive before they would commit going back to Lava Chest.
He's probably already got that prepped and ready to hit that empty recycle bin button.
Was that all no, that wasn't. It was just a piece of heart in the top right. I was going to say, is that all 20s there in the compass room? But no, 304.
Firehead of Trinex gave Kaesden a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, this is where you unfortunately don't have... Oh
boy.
Yeah. Drink. Fast. Go. Don't die.
Yeah, that's the prudent option. Alright, GT basement thus far. Nothing of interest for Tylersalt.
And Trinex finally down for Kaesden. A bit of a sweat, but we're through it. I think the other thing, if you're cheering Tyler, is that we do not find the other key. Or not the other key, the other sword.
Yeah, there's a decent chance that it could be in, big key locked in Pod or Meyer. Hey, it's a cave that doesn't matter.
All right, here we go for Kaesden into GT, while Tyler is going to Rando Room. And there's the other sword.
No,
all right, so Kaesden will have Tempered Sword.
Yep, so much for that storyline. But the good news for Tyler is that, well, he doesn't know about, is we haven't found those two big keys yet. And at this point, I think that Tyler in particular, but quite probably Kaesden too, would be incentivized to do tile room before climbing here. You're too many things from go. It's too big of a risk.
However, we still got 4 more checks before we deal with tile room. Nice kill. I might have to steal that strat.
Yeah, very efficient. A shovel. Wow.
And there's the big key to Meyer. All right, so Tyler now 2 items from go. Kaesden after doing that will be 1 item from go. I do think there's a realistic chance that Tyler would, after doing Ganon's Tower, go to do the 2 checks in Castle. Because you're right there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. I think that's why. Hey, look, it's Ovi popping up on Tyler's screen. Hi, Ovi.
Hi, Ovi.
I think that's the.
And there's the big key to Pod.
Okay, so that is, again, Kaesden is going to have to clear the entire basement. Assuming he does tile room, I think that Kaesden is still in the lead. The extra, Tyler will make these 4 checks on the climb. They don't take that much time. It's the dungeon clear.
Just to know for our tracker on our left, if we could mark Tylersalt having completed Turtle Rock, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with
There
Shin.
we go. Thank you. Here comes the bigger piece of this puzzle for Kaesden, getting this sword upgrade to put him off Master Sword.
Yeah, that's definitely a relief.
You don't have to play 28 spins in that case.
No, we'll take a pass on that rain check for another day.
Sorry,
Yeah,
no
trying to-
rain checks on this.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
We're just completely putting it out of stock. You don't have to worry about making a rain check for it.
You know what? I'm down with that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think in like a theoretical sense. If Kaesden was to eschew Tile Room, what he would actually have left, and like it's the 4 things to climb, 2 mire, shovel, and like, well, he hasn't done a decent amount of pod, so
Yeah, that's the only thing that worries me here.
yeah, I think he's in a world of hurt if he doesn't do Lava Chest.
Yeah.
And still in pretty solid position if he does.
I mean, you mean Tile Room.
No, Tile Room, correct. Oh,
Oh,
no,
he's
he's a
skipping
climbing.
it! He's
That's-
climbing!
That's unfortunate. Oh boy.
Hell! Tides may have just turned on this race.
Yeah, I think they have pretty substantially. I don't know if Tyler... I mean, it would... I think for Kaesden, Tyler would have to skip the Castle Tower checks right after beating GT here. But even then...
You're right there coming out of Castle Tower. Or coming out of Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. I think you really have to do it. The Tile Room, I think that there is a level of justification for doing it. It's risky. Obviously, we know it's not the right call. Skipping Castle Tower after beating GT here, I really don't think it would be the right call. Those are 2
I don't
very
think it would be the right call.
Yeah, those are 2 very quick kills, and Tyler in particular has even less stuff available in those other dungeons. So
Yeah, the only other thing Tyler has is Pyramid Fairy, really.
yeah, he's got Pyramid Fairy, the shovel now that we just picked up.
The 2 checks in Hera, and Lava Chest, which is going to be check number 216 of 216.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, 215 of 216, because there's that key that's in the lumberjack that will not get picked up.
Oh yeah, yep. I guess
Nice triple.
we didn't take note of it for Kaesden's Aga 1 fight because it's Aga 1, but yeah, no blue balls in this mode, no Ganon warps.
Alright, in that case, 0. I'm guessing 0.
That's you know what? It's going out on a limb, but I like your Moxie.
So Tyler should mirror here, or no, we are not! Okay!
Oh, he's gonna ledge
no.
check. Oh, well,
No,
he
there's
was gonna
the
ledge
mirror.
check first.
Okay, we're going in. No, we're
We're
mirroring.
leaving.
No! Goodbye! Okay!
No, then. This
The
is...
battle between Castle Tower and the battle between Tile Room. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 things left here in Green Pendant Mire, plus obviously the Pendant Turn-In. There's, I think, 3 maybe 4 left in pod. You probably do the shovel before you go back for Castle Tower. I think you have to do Castle Tower before you go back to the mountain, though.
And we're still missing one other fetch quest.
Oh yeah, the powder's still outstanding. We're running out of places it can be.
And Kaesden 2 getting the triple. Nice 1-3-2. But I think both runners had the 1-3-2.
Yeah, I think so. That first phase was just a little awkward, but well done past that. Tyler tried to set up Spooky. Did not hit though.
And just as a reminder of the standings in this race, Tylersalt 4-1, a win 100% clinches the group. Please don't die, Tylersalt.
Oh dear, especially with that right arrow shoot.
There we go. Kaesden at 3-1. Yep.
There's that powder.
And the adventure continues.
Yeah, I mean, Kaesden... Oh, Kaesden hasn't even been in here? Why did I think he had been? Oh dear, that's worse.
What's that?
That Kaesden hasn't been in Mire.
Yeah,
I
because
forgot that he
Kaesden,
didn't dive
no.
it. Yeah, that's worse. I thought that this was a cleanup like Tyler's, and no, it's going to be a full clear, and then clearing some extra stuff in pod too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, powder was just on Vitreous, so Kaesden's going to get that as well.
Yep, and likely check on that.
Well, green pendant's so valuable at 3 bombs.
Tyler probably would have preferred getting a little bit of arrows instead, but...
Neither runner has fake powdered, by the way.
Yeah, that mushroom was so early. Not in logic so early, but... Well, at least Kaesden got it so early.
Such a strange ending to this game.
Yeah, it really is.
Because we are in no mode. We're just waiting for one of these two to hit go mode. And I do agree with chat. Tylersalt's probably in the better position because combined with Pyramid Fairy, that's 4 items in quick succession. Whereas Kaesden's Tile Room is all the way out of the way. You gotta think twice about coming back up here.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, Kaesden's clearing everything that's not on the mountain before he goes back, because he's cleared everything that's on the mountain.
yeah,
So it's literally
you
one thing
mentioned
left in GT, and unfortunately
you
for him,
mentioned
that's the thing.
yeah, you mentioned how Tylersalt going back to Lava Chest in Turtle Rock would be check number 215 out of 216. For Kaesden, it's going to be about the same thing for Tile Room. Check number 213 out of 216, or 214 out of 216, whatever.
Yeah. No, he's not. Kaesten's not incentivized at all to get back up there for that one awful check.
And it's
Again,
an awful check
yeah.
that takes more extra seconds to get to, on top of the time to actually get it because of the tile aspect.
Yeah, it's. I would say in a vacuum, it's not a skip that I feel like I likely would have made, but I think that there are times in which I would have made that skip too, especially given how much Kaesden still had left in Myron Pod.
Tyler does not pull ped because Tyler does know that it's just rupees on the pedestal. Tyler's the only one who read the inscription too.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Oh, the bat's got a heart piece. It feels like we would have way more than like 15 and 16 hearts respectively by this point with the amount of health we've seen.
Well, we do know there's that one piece of heart that's on the ether tablet.
Oh, that's right.
Not that that adds up to 20.
So Tyler has almost wrapped up the pod checks here. What gave Tyler the lead? Kaesden skipped Tile Room and GT, basically, which is the pod dig.
Tyler has incentive to get to Castle Tower. Kaesden has no incentive to get back to Tile Room.
Yeah, and he just had so many additional options here. Tyler's gonna knock out the two checks that are not Pyramid Fairy and Castle Tower first, which, again, reasonable.
Anyone who plays this knows, if you leave an item behind, sometimes you get lucky, because that item's not needed. But if that item is required, oh my goodness, you are in a world of hurt. And that's what we're looking at over here on your right side of the screen.
Yeah, and sometimes it's easier to overcome those choices depending on how good or how easy it is to get back to the thing you skipped. And you know, I mean, Tyler has also, what we know, skipped his go mode. But it's going to be way easier for him to head back, or actually head to Castle Tower.
Yeah, and here's the setup for this right now. This is going to be Pyramid Fairy into Castle Tower for the Go Mode CT2.
Yeah, the awful thing for Kaesden is I mean, the circumstances aren't great to begin with. Let's be honest about that. But he's going to clear this entire dungeon and then have to go all the way back up just to get the big key and come back. So, I mean, you know, we saw, you know, some double dips early, triple dip even of Desert, I believe it was, or yeah, Desert. And
yeah. I was just going to respond to Chad, who's talking about Kaesden dipping out of this pod. He got the Cane of Samaria out of Shooter Room, that put him in GT mode. Which is an acceptable play to make, too. By the way, was that single arrow vanilla?
I think somebody mentioned that earlier, and I don't know because I played the vanilla game once. So
I think that's vanilla.
let's
Tyler, where are you going?
yeah, Tyler, where is Tyler going?
Oh my goodness! Are we going to check lava chest before castle tower keys? Oh no, Spike Cave.
He might have Spike Cave. Too. Still surprised though.
I am too.
You're there. Just check them.
Oh, that's like right. Tylersalt also has the 2 remaining checks in Tower of Hera.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening in this race?
Game?
This race felt like it was pretty firmly one way and then pretty firmly the other way, and now it's. Can we both full clear the entire seed? The answer might be yes. No, Tyler hasn't gone into Castle Tower.
Yep.
We got
a case like me earlier in the Cross Keys race where I had done CT1, so therefore CT2 was just one lone check. This is I still have both options available to me.
Yeah, I'm still checking it. You got mirror and can
are we
zip
going
through
to
those
cutscene,
rooms.
Kaesden?
Oh dear. Is Tyler gonna do lava chest? I think he might have to up here on the mountain. If you're coming up here to do these checks, I think you're kind of incentivized now to go to Turtle Rock.
This is amazing. You know what this is called, Aria?
What? Because I'm lacking the word.
Giving me and you more quality time to hang out together calling this race. That's what this is!
I do appreciate them for that very much. But I'm also exceptionally
I feel for the runners! I feel for the runners, but...
yeah.
I'm trying to think positively here.
Yeah, this is just a wildly unexpected end to this race, to put it bluntly.
Alright. Oh my goodness. This is not what I was anticipating when you made the suggestion for this today.
This wasn't what I was anticipating like 10 minutes ago.
Neither was I.
I mean, dear goodness, we are.
I think we're starting to get a little loopy here.
I just don't even know what
words cannot express how I feel right now.
This might wind up being dueling hard last locations of Go mode.
Alright, simultaneous mirrors. Now Tyler is going to go over and head over to the portal, and we'll see whether or not Tyler decides that it's the time to go into cutscene, or if we just... My gosh. And that cutscene, lava chest.
And at this point, we've seen so much, I don't even know if either player has anything. I would assume that Kaesden has nothing.
Kaesden's going to GT. He's got nothing left in TR.
Yeah. I know he has nothing left in TR. I'm just...
I think...
Did he leave anything off the mountain? I can't imagine it because he went to do cutscenes, so...
Arya, I think Kaesden's got the lead again.
Oh. Tyler's getting
well, especially since Tyler just did that. The Baris are doing good defense. Because Kaesden, all he needs to do is get into tile room, wait for all the tiles come up, go back to pod, and then you can save and quit out of pod right on top of the pyramid. Tyler still has to do the entire castle tower.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this back to Kaesden now.
Where is CT2? CT2 is in CT2.
Yep, Castle Tower 2 is vanilla.
Alright, so that's it for Tyler and his mountain excursion.
Oh look, Kaesden got the butter sword.
That's right, yeah. Well, didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah. 15 minutes ago, we were talking as if that was not going to even happen. There's go mode for Kaesden.
Yep.
This is still going to be very close.
This is so I'm not great at gauging time. I mean, Tyler's going to be able to zip through this dungeon. Yes, he does have to check the maze item. It's the OK boomerang.
So Kaesden in go mode at 1 hour 49 minutes. Tylersalt about to get into go mode. And there's go mode for Tyler.
They hard.
And we bomb it!
Yeah. They.
Acceptable reaction.
I never really. I mean, the Aga fight it's no blue balls, so.
Yeah.
It was sixth.
I still think it's faster for Kaesden to get to the Helmasar King than it is for Tyler to get through this 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th floor of Aga Tower, but it's still going to be close.
Yeah, it's really close. The more that Tyler has these, little aggravations from enemies like that, because we're at the point where it is like the granular differences could swing this race. Tyler getting the NMG arrows for the road.
Mask Huzzah talking about Aga Tower feeds directly over to Ganon. That is correct, but Kaesden has already done Aga Tower, so could just save and quit out of here and drop down the pyramid. So there's a little bit of that. Tyler, stay on the ground. Actually, no. Tyler's got the lead.
Yeah, I have.
Tyler's got the lead here.
I mean, getting to Helma does take a hot minute.
Yeah. I just
you're not going to get
how
anything.
much time it takes to climb.
And you're not going to, fingers crossed, you're not going to lose any cycles here on this Aga fight.
I mean, you shouldn't, but
no.
Right now you're really fighting your nerves.
Oh, for sure. And this is definitely one of those races, I don't look at race rooms, but I'm pretty sure Tyler has. I don't know about Kaesden, but it's one of those races that feels like you're looking there and being like, why isn't my opponent done? Because I hard last located my go mode in really awful.
Kaesden has a lead.
Does he?
And oh wow!
Does he?
No, Tyler. Okay,
No.
so Tyler's gonna be first on top of the pyramid, dropping into Ganon.
What a race!
I can't gauge leads.
Yeah,
Save and quit. Drop on in. Already phase 2 for Tylersalt.
Yep, he's through it in fine fashion. And again, no Ganon warp, so you just do not want to miss these hits.
There's stage 3 for Kaesden. Stage 4 now for Tylersalt. Get first hit on. Winning out the torch.
Yeah, this could be a double single finish.
And there it is. The final hit is on Tylersalt. Wow, what a race here!
Wild.
And the triple from Kaesden. This will be a fanfare snipe. Tylersalt has won the group.
Wow. 9-second margin.
1 hour, 54 minutes, 16 seconds. Tylersalt, Kaesden, 154.25. What a race!
Just simply remarkable. Locks up the group win for Tyler, too. And is going to make tomorrow's Doc versus Kaesden race a winner advance, loser go home match, which is probably going to be as awesome as this one. Hopefully a little bit less stress inducing. But
hopefully that hard last locate your go mode.
Yeah, on both sides. Wild.
Let's get both of them in here. There we go.
Yep.
Tylersalt, Kaesden.
Oh boy. GG's.
GG's.
GG's. What a dumpster fire.
Seriously? Oh man. As the key hunt continued there at the end, I was like, oh man, this is just gonna be over at literally any second.
I could have been done 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, me too. No, it's like
if I just do tile room when I'm in GT, like I'm at like 142.
And if I check Castle Tower after beating GT, I'm right there with you. So it's
oh, you didn't even go in after GT?
Nah,
okay.
Nah, dude. No, I hard last located that.
And you didn't do it when you did the Pyramid Fairy, Tyler.
Yeah, you know what? I made a couple of decisions in this seed, and that was one of them. It was definitely one of the decisions of all time that I made.
I gotta say, I very much disagree with not doing CT after GT. I mean, you got the win anyway, but like it's something you have to do anyway. Like I don't know. Well,
yeah, but I didn't have the other key.
I mean, I know you don't have the key, but
there's still. I definitely had to do Meyer, and I definitely had to do Pod, and there was a decent chance that it was just there, and then I wouldn't have to, I wouldn't have to go to
that is like
twice,
22 checks. It's like, is it in one of these two or all of those?
Yeah.
And, like,
no, I mean,
I get it.
I absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, I think that it's a.
I mean, by
really
same token, like
just
do tile room forehead.
Yeah.
Like I should have done that, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But oh man, what a ride. I had such shambles in the beginning. My
early game I felt was really on point. Like I hit everything just at the right time.
Oh no, I sure didn't. I double dip desert. I died in Eastern Big Key chest room before getting the chest, and so had to go back to once I went back in. Because I got cocky, right, and I didn't pick up any hearts in there, and I was on like 2.5 hearts. And I was like, oh, I'll be able to do this fine. And then no, I just one extra little damage somewhere. Oh no,
it doesn't take much.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Like no, it was the right side room with the pot key, which normally is just automatic. The Stalfos just got in my way, and I didn't have any fire.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lamp. Obviously, the lamp was super late, but. But yeah, no, I felt like once I got into the dark world, things felt very linear. And so I was like, oh no, this is going very badly for me because I had super shambles in the first half or in the light world. And I was like, one thing is just leading to another here. And so I think unlucky that it came down to, or I guess lucky for me that it came down to a key hunt that I just barely squeaked out. But yeah, Imagine being in Castle Tower 2 Go mode in 80 keys. That's never happened before.
It definitely doesn't happen every single time.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how, but we got our credits perfectly synced almost.
Oh, sick. I sat there for a second on the Triforce
On
screen.
the Triforce,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, this is the part where we chime in. You two are just running your own interview at this point in time.
Well,
Tyler, this wraps up the group for you. You have now won with a 5-1 record. Your
good.
thoughts about the group play?
It feels good. This is my best showing in groups ever. My best showing in quals ever. My best showing in groups ever.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you. And so I am super looking forward to Kaesden versus Doc tomorrow for that second spot. That will be a lot of fun to watch. And whichever one of you wins will super deserve it. So this is a very tough group. I was very upset when when the group's announcements came out. I was like, oh, come on, really?
It's like half upset because of it's like, this is a really tough group, but also happy because it's a fun group.
I get to play some.
It's been
I get
a really
to play
fun
friends.
group.
It's been a really fun group. I was like, I get to play some friends, but man, like, it's just like both you and Doc are both coin flips. So it's just like, oh man, I got not much of an advantage from getting the top seed in there. But so super happy that I was able to clutch it out. And yeah, looking forward to brackets and looking forward to seeing which of Doc or Kaesden is joining me. That's set for tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, tomorrow at
5 o'clock
our
Eastern.
time, I think. 5 Eastern, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I have to look it up. It's sometime in the afternoon, so.
Well, let's hope that gets a restream because I want to be able to watch it while I'm at work. So,
Gee, I wonder if somebody in this voice call has the power to determine whether or not it gets a restream.
Yeah, that'd be
if only
really
that were
convenient.
possible.
If only that were true, yeah.
If only that was true. I don't know.
Man, what a seed! Played the whole video game today. I don't know if there was anything that stood out to you guys that didn't stand out to us. That's always interesting to hear, but
I mean, the early difference that kind of swung in Kaesden's favor was he went to the mountain with the mitts significantly earlier than you did, Tyler. So he was saving on a few dips of dungeons.
Yeah.
And it didn't really look like being later to Samaria was actually going to be penalizing. So going into GT, we were kind of thinking that like the best case scenario for you was hoping that Turtle Rock would be barren, which it basically was, and that you would have to clear out the majority of the basement anyway, because he had already gone into Castle Tower.
Yeah. So, yeah, when the pod big came out of tile room, I was like, oh man, this is my shot right here. This was the thing that I needed to hit because I know that Kaesden will often skip that. Defensively for sure.
Yeah. Like, there's so many things that could have flipped this. Like if I don't check that shovel, if I go back for a cutscene before GT, like there's just so many little things. Not to mention little mistakes here and there throughout the run that I probably could have cleaned up. And like,
I mean,
this is just a close race.
When you have a race that comes down to 9 seconds, you start to question every single moment of the
everything.
Race.
Every tiny little thing could have been the thing.
Did I blink wrong?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like I fumbled my controller after fluting back to Meyer to beat it after GT, and so I didn't get spooky, right? And like, if it like that's 17 seconds, right? That or whatever it is, that very easily could have been the difference, Yeah,
it's a lot more than you think it is until you time it and you realize, oh wow, that's a chunk of time when you don't get spooky.
But no, close losses are brutal. So very, very, very tough. But Yeah, no, like it's just like I very nearly skipped left side swamp. I thought about it really hard, like there are all sorts of decisions that I made that, thankfully were 9 seconds away from costing me the race.
Yeah.
So it hard to not feel extremely fortunate there, because this, like one tiny little thing, this goes the other way for sure. So
Yep.
I don't think we have anything that I myself or Arya can add. You both pretty much just took control of this interview and you said everything that we possibly could have asked in this one. Right, Arya?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We talked enough. You guys did all the things. So
yeah. I thought of you, Arya, when I pulled that bug net.
well,
So
it's nice to be thought of, even in sad times.
Oh, by the way, in case it hasn't happened yet, !! Chew in Shin's
I
chat,
did that in
okay,
Shin's
good.
chat the second that happened. Don't worry about it.
I figured, but it needed saying. Oh man. All right, GG's everybody.
GG.
Let's give it up for Tylersalt to Kaesden as well. Tylersalt is the top seed coming out of Group C, and Kaesden will get to battle off with Dr. Earworm to see how this group comes to an end. That race will be tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern. I guess if I'm in a good mood, maybe I'll give that a restream for the casual boots to wrap up this group.
Yeah, that'd be kind.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. One thing I do want to thank before we get out of here is Kate Sith and also Raynox. Thank you so much for doing the tracking for this race, making the buttons appear on the screen. And that was definitely 2 full trackers we have. So a big thank you from Arya and myself. For the runners, I'm Adirondack Rick. Arya, I'll let you say the final word. Thank you for joining me. This has been a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. Thrilled that you wanted to do this. This was a wild race, one of the craziest that I've ever come. And yeah, GG's to both players. Good luck to Tyler in playoffs. Good luck to Kaesden tomorrow against Doc. And thanks everybody for not only the help with this restream, but also watching. Hope you have a great day.